Okay, so I think this is very funny. There's a girl, right? And so she's sitting, and nobody knows where she's sitting, but she's making these commentary videos, and I guess she was responding to somebody's comment, right? So somebody said like, "Oh, you girls are so messy. Like, you want all these things. You want your nails done and your hair done. Oh, you bitches with expectations," is basically what she's saying, right? And then she keeps going. She's like, "Y'all don't even do anything. Y'all aren't the prize." Okay, that's totally fine. So if you want, you can go live in her world, right, where she's not the prize, that woman. Or maybe because she cleans and knows how to mop. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a maid. Are you a maid? No. I mean, I'm not saying, like, if I have time to clean my apartment, I will. But also, like, personally, like, I pay rent. And I will keep my apartment however I want to. I just think it's really hilarious how, like, you can invite someone to where you live and then they start judging you. Like, you don't, other people who are invited over do not live there. And I don't know who gave them the right to start. It's like, and the weird part about this is it's always somebody who, like, doesn't even have an apartment. Like, somebody who, like, lives with their parents, okay? Somebody who's, like, have you ever been to the home of, like, people with children? Like, parents, married people? Their homes are always dirty because you're always fucking busy. Like, if you actually have a life and you're, like, living in your home, it's going to be messy because, like, you're living in your house. Like, living requires moving stuff, doing stuff, like, moving things around. Like, you're in and you're out. Like, working people, especially, like, moms who have multiple kids, if you have, like, activities and shit, unless you have a maid. Like, a lot of people have a maid. Upper middle class people have maids. Rich people have maids. Poor people don't have maids. And so, like, there's, like, she's just talking from, like, this really impoverished mindset where she's like, she's just gone so far though off the ed that she's literally telling women that they don't have that. The whole society, like, literally go outside right now to any store, wherever you are, if you're in America, but to any store, like, go to Walgreens right now. What are they selling at Walgreens? There's a whole aisles full of, like, hair things, skin things, makeup stuff, combs and brushes, vitamins for women's hair. Like, everything is for women. A whole store created for women. Every store is created for women. Every restaurant, walk down, up and down blocks, what do you see? You just see restaurants with booths that are made for families and for men to take out women. That's what they're made for. There's maybe a couple barbershops, one or two. Society is built for men to spend money on women. And this woman is sitting here trying to preach to y'all something else. Go outside. The whole society. What do you see? Nail salons, hair salons, CVS's and Walgreens, Beyonce posters and Taylor Swift posters. I'm sorry, but, like, men aren't the prize. And y'all can keep lying and being on the internet and trying to make you believe that there's something else. Just because y'all are dipping for scraps, okay? Like, these men are scraps. And the fact that, like, most, especially, like, if you're a black woman, I think I saw another woman who made a video about how, like, black women have never really had the luxury, like, black women in America at least, have never really had the luxury to, like, be stay-at-home moms. They've, like, always had to work, and that's true. That's true, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. And so, like, yeah, black women have always had to have, like, their own houses, apartments, but I think, you know, at this point in time, it just doesn't make any sense for black women to have any children. I'm sorry, but I don't think it makes any sense, because honestly, like, economically, you need the money to take care of yourself. You need the time to take care of yourself. Like, you're probably gonna have to work because the black men here shit. So just get used to it. Just get used to the fact of you taking care of yourself, because there's, like, enough resources, and society is made up in a point in where you can literally just take care of yourself. And I know some people hate to hear it, but, like, dear black women, you are not white women, and unfortunately there's no such thing as a black trad wife. There just isn't. Look out into society, look at the numbers. Like, people just aren't getting married. And you don't have to, like, you don't have to feel bad about this. You don't have to, like, don't even try to change anything about it, about the other people. Don't try to change anything about the women, like this woman who's basically telling you that you're not the prize. That's fine. If you want to live in the world where you aren't the prize like her, to me, that's kind of stupid when the whole society is just set up for you to be a woman. Like, if you decide to, like, stop getting waxed, or stop getting your nails done, or stop getting your hair done. Like, if all women collectively decide to stop doing that, the American economy just shuts down. So obviously that's not going to happen, right? But like, I don't know. Like, this woman is literally, and it seems like some men on the internet are like, what do these men think there is else to pay for? Like, it's really ridiculous. Like, black men are upset now that they have bills to pay. Like, they have to pay for women, they have to pay for children, they have to pay for rent, they have to pay for bills. Just like, I don't know, white men have been doing this for a very long time. All the other men have been doing this for like a very long time. This isn't like some new concept. Nobody's like surprised that like their women and children cost money. Only black men. Like, and it's not all of them, right? I saw a couple today. I saw a couple black fathers. They were there with their like 4 children and paying the bills and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is fine. But for the most part, like, some black women just still don't understand. Like, there's not another way. You can't have like a family without having, you need a wife, you need a husband, and then you need the children. Like, that society is made for that. And it's okay if you're a black woman, you can have a place in society just as being like a waitress. I'm trying to make this like so real for you, where like you that is your whole, that can be your whole purpose. Like, you are just there to just bring the food to the table. You don't have to be anybody's wife. You don't have to be anybody's nothing. You don't have to be anybody's side chick. You don't have to be a part of anybody's story. You don't have to go hooking up with anybody else. You don't have to look to your parents for money. You can just look to yourself and be like, okay, so today I did this. Then I went home and I slept in the bed that I bought. That's all. There's no additional shit. That's the thing. But if enough black women start doing that, that's also a problem, because now these men don't have any. There's no other women. These are the like, there's just it's too much. I think a lot of black women are just getting way too caught up in other stories. Like, either by the time you're 22, if you're not married, wherever you are in the world, maybe you just like you're just not chosen. Just know that, like, you're not the chosen one. Because there's not like some people in other parts of society that are way better than you. That's not a thing. There's not people who are way prettier than you. That's not a thing. Like, these men are out here searching for nothing. Like, at this point, we've seen what society has to offer. Like, we've seen what the pretty women look like. We've seen what the ugly women look like. We've seen what the fat women look like. We know what genetics produces. We're just not confused. Like, we know, like, the outcome of shit. So why are we still sitting here pretending like we don't? I don't get it. Like, I'm actually kind of confused. It's okay if, like, some guy didn't pick you. Maybe you just weren't the one. Right? Like, you weren't the one for them. I've been there. And I just had to deal with it. I was like, oh, well, you know, like, I wasn't picked or whatever. Oh, man, woe is me. But your life has to go on. Like, you have to go on with your life. And just realize, like, whoever that guy was that you were like, oh man, I really like that guy. Well, he didn't like you. He liked somebody else. He picked somebody else. Hopefully he's happy in a family with somebody else, and you can just move on with your life. Sorry. And like, pay your bills and move forward. But like, there's no point. Society is just set up in a way where men have to spend money on women. That's it. And the funny thing is, like, black men are actually doing this by force now, because they're spending all their money at the strip clubs. So they're just giving their money to the same women that they would be giving their money to going on dinner dates, buying their children $6 like breakfasts. They don't even do that. So now they just drop the money right at the strip club, and the women take it, and the women have like all the money now. And that's how society is, and it will just keep being that way.